Hey guys, it's Crystal from livingwithgastroparesis.com and today's Q&A Friday. So this week I have a couple of questions from you guys about diet and eating for gastroparesis, and then I want to answer a couple of the questions that have come up about my new book, Living Well with Gastroparesis, Answers, Advice, Tips and Recipes for a Healthier, Happier Life. So we'll do that at the end, but I want to get started with a question that comes from Judy. And Judy writes, my question is, do I have to eat just one thing at a time, like a half a cup of mashed veggies, and then wait for something else? Or is it a good idea to have, for example, a little bit of mashed veggies, a little bit of fruit, and a little bit of meat, as long as the whole meal is not over a cup total in portion? So first of all, what Judy's referring to in terms of portion size is the recommendation that people with gastroparesis eat between 1 and 1.5 cups of food per mini meal. That usually tends to be the volume that's most comfortable and least likely to provoke symptoms for most people with gastroparesis. Now, this is a fantastic question, and it's actually something that I get into in my new book. I definitely recommend that you eat several different kinds of foods at a meal. Most people, when they're eating a meal, people without gastroparesis, a meal isn't really just one food, right? It's several different kinds of food put together to make up a meal. So when you're eating a GP-friendly meal, it should look like a regular meal, just a lot smaller, and consisting of GP-friendly foods. So what Judy says here is perfect. A little bit of vegetable, a little bit of lean protein, a little bit of fruit or starch or carbohydrate, just small portions of each of those things so that altogether it adds up to between 1 and 1.5 cups of food at a time. That is going to enhance your nutrition because you'll be getting different kinds of nutrients from the different foods. It'll probably enhance your satisfaction, both physically and mentally, because you'll feel more like you're eating real food if you're eating more than just one kind of thing at a sitting. So absolutely, Judy, you are on the right track. In the Living Well with Gastroparesis program, I actually encourage people to aim for at least 3 mini meals a day. So 3 times a day when you're eating, your plate should look like a normal meal, right, with more than one food. The other 3 to 4 times can be snacks, but at least 3 times a day you should be trying to eat well-balanced, GP-friendly mini meals. So great question, Judy. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that helps some other people out there. The second question is also about diet, and that comes from Sharon. And Sharon is a very busy mom and grandmother. And so Sharon wants to know whether there are GP-friendly items that require minimal preparation time that would fit into her crazy schedule. This is a great question. People who are on the go a lot, Sharon says she's away from home approximately 12 hours a day. So a lot of the things that we talk about in terms of GP-friendly meals are things that we think we probably have to be home to prepare. So I have a couple of tips for Sharon and for all of you busy people out there who are not always home to make your GP-friendly food. One of my favorite tips is to fill your freezer. This is another thing that's in the book, but I really encourage you to take one day a week. So whether it's Sunday morning or Wednesday night, or pick a block of time once a week and make yourself several batches of GP-friendly food and freeze it in individual containers. So you can do soups. Soups work perfectly for this. And soups are great for gastroparesis because you can get a lot of nutrition in a soup, especially if you do like a blended veggie soup. So it's easier to digest because it's blended, and obviously you're going to use GP-friendly veggies, but it's really nourishing and it's perfect for wintertime. Get yourself some freezable plastic containers, 8-ounce to 12-ounce size, depending on what you tolerate. Make your soups, make a couple batches of soups, put them right in the containers, let them cool completely, stick them in the freezer. All you have to do is when you leave in the morning, pull one out. If you have a microwave where you work, you can pop it in the microwave at lunchtime, or for a snack during the day. It's a great, nourishing, GP-friendly meal on the go. You can do the same thing with smoothies. And you can make up a batch of smoothies, freeze them in individual containers, take them with you. Those you don't have to microwave, obviously. Just wait till they thaw, and you can either drink them or eat them with a spoon. That's great because you can put protein into your smoothies, so you can get a complete meal in a glass or a bowl or however you eat it. You can also freeze white rice. So if you tolerate rice well, you can make a batch of that, cool it, put it in individual Ziploc bags. You can freeze that and reheat it. You can freeze hot cereal. So you can make your hot cereal, scoop it out into individual portions, freeze that. You can freeze almost anything. And so if you prepare these things in advance, like I said, take one day a week, one morning, one afternoon, one evening, and prepare a whole bunch of stuff for the whole week, it's going to be a lot easier for you to grab and go healthy, nourishing, well-balanced, GP-friendly foods, so you don't end up eating these empty foods that are really filling you up but not providing you with any nourishment. So those are my tips. I hope they're helpful. You will find more tips in the new book, and that's actually a pretty good transition because the next couple of questions that I want to answer are about the new book. So can you guys, there we go. It's Living Well with Gastroparesis, Answers, Advice, Tips, and Recipes for a Healthier, Happier Life. And this is a labor of love. This is a book that I have been working on for almost a year. And this is available. You guys can go to gastroparesisbook.com. Now, just to answer a few questions, many of you may have this. This is Eating for Gastroparesis. This one was originally an ebook that you guys asked for in paperback form. So that's what this is. This is kind of the book. This is the book that we've been talking about for a year now. This one is a comprehensive guide to navigating life with gastroparesis. You will find everything in here from dietary information. This also has information about medical treatment, complementary therapy, nutrition, supplementation, lifestyle practices for gastroparesis, coping skills, so that we touch on the emotional side of living with gastroparesis in this book. We also talk about day-to-day life with GP, relationships, socializing, traveling. And there are also 75 brand new recipes that are not in this book, are not in the GP-friendly baking book. They are brand new recipes in all categories. So for those of you who are wondering, is this book different than this book? The answer is yes. Is this book currently available? Yes. You can go to gastroparesisbook.com. It is also on Amazon. You can just search Living Well with Gastroparesis and it will come up. And this is not me on the cover. That's another question that I've gotten frequently in the last couple of days. Not me, just a stock photo. So it's about 250 pages. It is absolutely everything I have to say about living with gastroparesis. So I definitely recommend you check it out. Again, gastroparesisbook.com. And I do want to take a second just to thank everybody who supported this book. This was self-published so that I could make it available to as many people with gastroparesis as possible, as quickly as possible. And there were 50 or so very generous, kind, supportive people who helped to make that happen via Kickstarter. And your names are listed in the front of the book, so I thank all of you for that. And I hope that this book is a valuable, important resource for those of you with GP. So I hope that answers your questions. Thank you for joining me, and next week Q&A Friday will be on holiday hiatus. So I wish all of you a very, very happy holiday, a happy new year, and I will see you in 2012.